Hello, this is Greg Ayler and Jared Klimple with Texas Hills Realty, bringing you Realty Talk, where we discuss real estate topics about property in Fredericksburg, Gillespie County, and the Central Texas Hill Country. We're located at 502 East Main Street in Fredericksburg. That's the northeast corner of Main and Elk, right behind the old 1931 red and black Ford pickup with the chicken on back. We have 5 amazing agents, including Andrew Harvey, Joe Kostelski, Malin Williams, Phil Fry, and me, Greg Ayler. Each week we bring you current real estate information or market updates and trends or things you might ask us about when we bump into you at the Oktoberfest this weekend. Of course, if you have any questions, just call us. That's at 830-997-6123. Or email us at info@txhillsrealty.com. Texas Hills Realty would like to welcome all of our visitors, local volunteers, and patrons to the 37th Oktoberfest this weekend in Fredericksburg. Fredericksburg will host some 20,000 revelers, some of whom will be decked out in lederhosen and dirndls. So I'm sure some of you will enjoy the oompa music as well, and dancing to polkas and waltzes, or eating bratwurst and funnel cakes.
There may be even some enjoying sauerkraut and German beers.
That wouldn't surprise me. When does this thing kick off on Saturday, Jared?
The schedule shows that the kickoff Saturday is right after our radio show, actually, 10 a.m., and it goes on until midnight. Admission is $8 for adults, $1 for kids, and free for kids under 6 and under. There are also 2-day passes for $14.
Well, I hope everyone has a good time, a great time. And I'm so proud of our little town where people can visit and come to and just enjoy themselves in a good, clean, fun area which celebrates our heritage. Our thoughts, of course, are those people in the Las Vegas area, and our prayers are with them also. Well, here in Fredericksburg, it's been a quick 9 months. They've flown by so fast, and it's time now for our 9-month year-to-date market update. I look to residential housing data in Fredericksburg as the key indicator of the local market. So today, we're going to talk about the residential market for 9 months year-to-date ended 9/30/2017. We're going to compare it to the same period of time last year. We're going to compare it to the Kerrville market, and we're also going to compare it to other Central Hill Country communities such as Mason, Johnson City, and Blanco. Our information is compiled by Texas Hills Realty, LLC, and it's based on Central Texas Hill Country Board of Realtors MLS data as of 9/30/2017. The current active residential market, I pull these actives up, Jared, on October 2nd in Fredericksburg. So here we go. These are what's active on the market, available. Angela here's who's recording. She could walk up and buy any one of these. There's 114 active residential listings right now in Fredericksburg. That's inside the city limits. The only thing is, the average list price is $605,000 or $254 a foot. The median, though, is $440,000 or $210 a foot. Our total market level of inventory is $72 million. Now, our biggest $200,000 price ranges, in other words, in the $100,000 range or in the $200,000 range or in the $300,000, how many listings do we have in those ranges? Our biggest $200,000 price ranges are the $300,000 price range with 40 of the 114 listings, and the $500,000 range with 20 of the 114 listings. We have one listing under $200,000. It barely came in under the price threshold. And we have about 12 listings under the $200,000, in the $200,000 category. But the largest inventory categories start at $300,000 and go up. Next, let's take a look, Jared, at our residential sales year-to-date through 9/30/2017. These are the sales that take place in the city limits of Fredericksburg. And there's other sales, of course. There's sales in the county, but I just want to look at this as an economic indicator for real estate here. In Fredericksburg through September 30, we sold 176 listings for $68 million. The average price was about, and I'm rounding these numbers off, is about $387,000 or $205 a foot. Some people know and would rather count on the median sale price, which is $349,000 or $176 a square foot. And most sales are taking 90 to 120 days to sell a house once it's listed. The largest $100,000 sales price categories are those in the $200,000 range with 72 sales and the $300,000 range with 49 sales. Those two categories make up 121 sales, or almost 70% of the 176 sales that we have this year to date. Now, Jared, tell us about the 2017 residential sales in Fredericksburg as it compares to 2016. What was it like last year?
Sure thing, Greg. In 2016, we sold 163 residential listings for a total of $60 million through 9/30 of 2016, versus 176 listings for $68 million in 2017. So 2017 sales were up by about 13 listings, or 8%, and by about $8 million, or 13%, in terms of total volume dollars. The average price is about $387,000, or about $205 per square foot in 2017, versus $367,000, or $179 per square foot in 2016. It's about $20,000 up, or 5%. Median sales price is $349,000, or $176 per foot in 2017 versus $315,000 in 2016. That's about $34,000, or 10 to 11% increase. The days on market in 2017 is 90 to 120 days to sell, about the same as 2016 actually. In 2017, the largest $100,000 sales price categories are in the $200,000 range with 72 sales and the $300,000 range with 49 sales, 121 sales, or almost 70% of the 176 sales. In 2016, the largest two categories are the $200,000 range with 59 sales and the $300,000 range with 39 sales. These two categories combine for 98 of the total of 163 sales in 2016, which is 60% of all year-to-date sales through 9/30. We are seeing the number of sales decline in the lower price categories and increase in the higher price categories.
You know, Jared, there's a lot of numbers over the air, so we're going to have to put some of this on the website and let people go to that and check it. But I do want to point out something I caught as we're reading. You know, I said earlier we only have about, we only have about 12 listings in inventory in the $200,000 range. Most of ours start at $300,000. Yet the largest category of sales so far has been, I think you told me, 72 sales in the $200,000 range. So you see an inventory problem there. There's just not much inventory available, and yet that's where most of the sales have occurred. But that inventory number is shrinking. I wanted to also cover some Kerrville residential sales, just to give folks in the Hill Country, it's not a race or anything, but I want to give them an idea what Fredericksburg's like versus Kerrville, another good town here in the Hill Country. And this is the information I have is according to the Kerrville MLS as of October 5th, 2017. Kerrville had 121 active residential listings, and their average list price was about $349,000. Their average list price was $394,000, or about $148 a square foot. Their median price is a little less. It was about $280,000, or $128 a foot. As we said, Fredericksburg's average list price was $605,000. So Fredericksburg's list price was about $211,000, on average, over Kerrville's, or a little over $106 a square foot. The list price is higher in Fredericksburg. Out of the 121 active residential listings in Kerrville, the largest two categories are the $100,000 price range with 27 listings and the $200,000 range with 37 active listings. These two categories account for almost 53% of Kerrville's total inventory, a little bit over half. So they have a lot of inventory there in the lower price ranges, more so than Fredericksburg. In residential sales year-to-date through 9/30/17, Kerrville has had 322 sales versus 176 in Fredericksburg. So there were 146 more sales in Kerrville year-to-date in 2017.
So Fredericksburg has a little over 50% of the number of residential sales as Kerrville?
Yes, Kerrville has a larger market in terms of the number of residential sales and in terms of total volume dollars.
Another way to characterize the comparison is to say that Kerrville has more overall inventory than Fredericksburg. And while it has a lot more of the lower price listings, Fredericksburg has a lot more of higher price listings, such as those that priced over $500,000 and up. Kerrville has 15 priced at $500,000 and up. Fredericksburg has 52 listings.
Right. So that really points out some of the difference in the inventory. As you said, Kerrville has 15 houses at 500,000, and Fredericksburg has 52. And even though Fredericksburg has overall less inventory, a lot of it's at the higher prices. Let's do a quick comparison with some of our other towns in the central Texas Hill Country. I should tell you that with some of these surrounding towns, there may be more listings than what I can look up and research in our MLS.
Is that because some inventory is listed with out-of-area realtors?
Yeah, we come across that. Take a town like Blanco, for instance. While they are officially a part of our local MLS system and coverage area, they are also close to other boards such as Sabor in San Antonio and in San Marcos and Austin. A few of their listings may go to other realtors in those towns, especially if the seller has a realtor friend or relative operating out of a different MLS territory.
Mason is part of our Central Texas Hill Country Board of Realtors. The MLS shows Mason with 9 active residential listings, average list price of $158,000 or $97 per square foot. Their total volume is $1,420,000.
Jared, let's give our listeners a kind of a down and dirty comparison of some of these towns here in the Central Texas Hill Country.
Here we go. This will be a comparison of the active residential inventory in several of our nearby towns, including Fredericksburg, Kerrville, Mason, Blanco, and Johnson City.
Okay, I'm waiting. Now, what we're going to find is some of the markets are a little bigger, some of the prices are a little different. So go ahead and just give us the down and dirty, Jared.
Let's see if we can get this right. Fredericksburg has 114 listings with an average list price of $630,000. Kerrville has 121 listings with an average list price of $394,000. Mason has 9 listings with an average list price of $153,000. Blanco has 13 listings with an average price of $283,000. And lastly, Johnson City has 7 listings with an average list price of $337,000.
Well, Jared, thanks for your help with all the market data comparisons. We sure hope all of our visitors and our Oktoberfest revelers are having a great time, and we hope they're safe out there. I want to take just a moment to mention that the Food and Wine Fest is one of my favorite local events also coming up soon. I've had a crew volunteering there for some 20 years, and every year they want to come back. All of the patrons there seem to enjoy the event, and most people are in a very good mood. Many of my real estate clients enjoy working there, and they find it to be a great way to meet other people here in their community.
And when is that coming up, Greg?
The Food and Wine Fest will be here on Saturday, October 28th, here in Fredericksburg, at the same place that they're now holding Oktoberfest. Jared, now that you are of age, you may have to trade in your lederhosen, your stockings, and a beer stein for a wine glass and be a little more refined.
Sadly, Greg, I don't think I'll be able to retire those anytime soon.
Okay. If you'd like to know about any of our listings, you can call one of our agents to help save you time. We also do our best to locate other properties that you may want to know about. We know where to go in order to get more details and to help you make a solid decision. Visit one of our agents, Phil Fry, Andrew Harvey, Malin Williams, Joe Kostelski, or me, Greg Ayler. The consultation is free. At Texas Hills Realty in Fredericksburg, we can help you with the objective information you need to make in order to make a good decision, either buying or selling. Texas Hills Realty agents have been performers in Fredericksburg and the Central Hill Country now for over 23 years. So by golly, we know the ropes. We know the country, and we know how to speak to both the locals and those moving into the area. Realty Talk is brought to you by Texas Hills Realty, LLC on Saturday mornings, usually around 9:45 a.m. and on Sundays. We appreciate your support. And again, we're easy to find at 502 East Main, right behind the old 1931 red and black Ford with the chicken on back. If you have any questions, give us a call. Again, that number is 830-997-6123. Or email us at info@txhillsrealty.com. To see our listings, go to txhillsrealty.com, where we like to say we help natives sell and others become natives.